Hey there, in this video I'm going to explain to you how you can sync the conversation a user has with your AI agent in real time to Gorgias. And how we're going to do this is by utilizing the VoiceFlow functions. I already made a video about the create a customer and create a ticket function in Gorgias or VoiceFlow. Now we're going to talk about the Gorgias update a ticket function. And for this function, we need a couple of input variables. The assistant message, which is actually going to get collected by the agent, and all other ones are just variables put into the agent. For example, the agent ID is a secret, same as the voice as the base URL, and the Gorgias API key. And those are just stored under the secrets here. And for example, the agent ID is your agent ID you want to have of the AI agent in Gorgias. And then the base URL is just your URL you want to have. And then when you go back to the workflow, I'm obviously not going to show my API key, but just be sure that you are actually in VoiceFlow. You need to have a special API key. It's just not the bearer token. It is actually the basic credentials, and you will need to reform that. But I talked about that as well in the customer ID, and you can just look it up in the Gorgias API documentation. So basically what you need to do is you will have all these input variables, and you will need to have a prompt like this that on every response, I put in, if needed, the knowledge-based search, because I found that whenever you have it not there, it will not trigger a knowledge-based search. So as a step 2, it should trigger the Gorgias updated ticket with the last user message as user message, which we actually hard-coded, so we don't need it, but with your drafted AI response as a message. And this is what we wrote here, the drafted AI response of this turn. So since what we wanted to do is we want to first let it call the tool, actually first draft the response, then call the tool, and then be able to say, okay, now let me actually print this message out to the user. And exactly. Also, I put in that it can do other tool calls, but it should do all other tool calls before it calls this update a ticket in Gorgias tool. All right, let's jump into the JavaScript. Basically, what we have is all the input variables we had from here, and then we're going to put the user message and then the assistant message, and then just put it in an API request. And basically, we don't need any output variables because it will either just work or it won't, but it will in most cases work. Actually, this sense is, with the prompting, it is a little bit less reliable. There's a more reliable option which works 100%, which is at every turn, exit at every turn, and then you're going to actually call the function. However, what this does, it then does not allow you would have to go back, and then the only thing, or the only reason I do not do this way is because then you cannot trigger the other paths. So also you want to be able to, that the AI agent calls this tool, but also is able to, for example, do the human handover path. What you could do is save another variable and add in the prompt whenever you want to take a path, set the variable to path, and then you here do an if condition and be like, okay, if blah, blah, blah is this, let me do human handover or appointment booking or whatever. But I liked it mostly to have it in pretty much dynamic and calling the tool, and it has been working quite well. Let's just run it together to basically show you how it works. So we're going to create a ticket. Hey, do you speak English? And what you're going to see is that it's calling the tool, and it is basically then functioning the tool, which then says Gorgias updated ticket succeeded. And when we go here, and it created the customer, and then it says, that's why I said put the AI agent bot as the ID. Have the AI agent. Hey, do you speak English? Yes, I do speak English. How can I assist you today? Pretty basic. Let me just show you if I can show you the call. I can't show you the actual call of this because it has my API key in it, but it has this Gorgias create a ticket or update a ticket, and it goes on like this. So when I now say, who is the founder of Embotic, which is my company and has been used for, or this AI agent has been used for, it actually does the knowledge base search before calling the Gorgias update tool, and then it prints the message to the answer, to the user. And as we can see, it is working here. Plus, obviously, we as well have it here in the ticket within Gorgias. All right, I hope this message helps, or this video helps explain it. If you have any questions, just send me a message and I'd be happy to help. And also, I will probably just release more of these Gorgias functions. For example, I'm probably going to make a human handover one and update a ticket one, or update a customer. For example, now it's always just a random customer, but what if you get an email where you already have the email, or the customer does a human handover and says his name and its email? Obviously, you want it to be reflected over here and show his name and show his email. Cool. If you have any questions, let me know, and I hope this video helped.